Good morning, all of you. In previous lectures, I have taught the classifications of resource. It was the first classifications of resources. In previous, I have taught about resource on basis of nature. Its classifications of resources following the subjects which are given below. Okay, carry on this topic. Let's see. First are on basis of origin. Means basis of origins means that formations. In basis of origins will be learned about how the resource may be formations. It's divided in two parts. First name is biotic and second name is abiotic. Right. Once again, repeat once again. On basis of origins mean the formations, how it's become formations, how was the become formations in these resources. We talk about in biotic resources. Biotic resources is obtained the biosphere. Once again, which resources are obtained? The biosphere is called biotic resources, such as human beings, livestock, flora and fauna, etc. Its resources are obtained biosphere from the biosphere, so it's called the biotic resources. Means that it's are related to the living things. Are you getting? Next are abiotic resources. It is related to the non-living things. In abiotic resources, this resource that compose non-living things. This compose from the non-living things, such as minerals, raw metal, etc. Okay. Next are resources basis on exhaustibility, yani reductions and further the endings. Okay. Exhaustibility. Exhaustibility means nearest as the spending. In this subject, resource is divided in the two parts. It's have the two parts. First name is renewable and second or non-renewable. I have already explained the resources in previous video. You can understand from the previous video, but some are given, some are gives explained on this topic. Okay, let's go now. First is renewable, seconds are non-renewables, renewable means which resource are obtained the process of mechanical process, chemical process, from physical process. It's obtains once again reproduce or generate is called the renewable resources. I have already defined renewable resource in previous video. Renewable resources means wind energy, wind energy, solar energy, biological energy, biologicals, and this biologicals and wildlife, vegetation, etc. It is renewable resources. Second is non-renewable resources. Do you know its resource take the million of years for the formations. Take the million year of formations after may be a resource. Like that, minerals, fossil fuels, etc. Coals, it take a long period of time. You know that in Earth, that take a millions of years face the pressure and heat into Earth. Then after make be fossil fuels and minerals. When the crust are broken by the disaster, others regions are the resource release upper cost and then obtains on the resources on okay. Once again, renewable resource is obtained by the minings. Resource are important role play in human life. Okay, are you getting my point? Next resources are basis on ownership. Next resource are basis ownership. means that it's honor. These resources are classified in the various type in the subject of ownership. Do you know you have already know about some persons have own properties, school, college, etc. It is the ownership. It is the so that you are owner of own properties. But in this topic, in this basics of ownership, in this topic, various type of resource with the ownership. First are the individuals, second are community owned resources, second are national resources, third are international resources, In this ownership includes the various type of resources according their ownership. Means first individuals, communities, national and international. First all, we talk about the individual resources. Now, what is the individual resources? Which resource is owned by individual, by privately? This is called individual resources. Like that, farmers have own lands, properties, other thing that you have. It's called the individual resources. Okay. Second resources are community resources. Community means that they belong the many persons in one community. Which resource are utilized all member of communities and have the powers belong in the communities. This is called community resources. Like that, such as picnic spots, burial grounds, right? Ponds, well, picnic spot, etc. It is the public properties in community resources. Every person utilize this. Okay. Next resource are the national resources. Next resource is national resources. Technically, which resource belong in nations? All over resources belong in the nations. Legally have authority in nations. Nation have authority, captures your resources if you want like that. Are you getting? In the national resources from the coastal area, territories of the water alliance within the country, 19 kilometer in an oceans obtains the nations. But international resources, in this international resources, some resources are legally have authority, the international institutions. Every country cannot utilize without permission. So, we say that 200 nautical miles in open oceans from the space for the exclusive economic zones. These resources are obtained. If you want to obtain the resource, need be a permissions of international authority. So that once again, international resources is the authority of resource, the authority of resources in the full authority of international authorities, institutions. Okay.